Today we're going to talk about replacing or cleaning the PID sensor in a MiniRAE 2000. You'll have your MiniRAE 2000 here, and you will need either the MiniRAE toolkit, the methyl alcohol, and the PID sensor to replace. If you're simply cleaning, that's where you need the methyl alcohol. So at this point you need to go where your probe is and unscrew that to get to the sensor. Set that aside, and right in here is your sensor that you need to either clean or replace, determining based upon if it's, you could try cleaning it first, and if it still doesn't work, then it will need replacement. So I'm going to show both steps at this point. To get this out, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world with your hand, so that's where the toolkit comes into play, which you can get either through RAE systems, or if you happen to have a pair of tweezers that you could use for this. You simply grip it on either side, squeeze it as tight as possible, and gently rock it back and forth left to right, and the sensor will come out. You've exposed the lamp as well, so be very careful not to hit the top of that lamp or scratch it with anything. To clean the PID sensor, you can inspect it. If you can zoom in, that's good. To inspect it, you have the sensor in here that has metal pieces to it that bring the voltage to the sensor, along with all of the different electrodes. So if you see this dirty, it's covered, it's wet, it's looks even a little bit rusty in color, then you definitely need to clean it. And by cleaning it, what you can do is you can get yourself a little jar, a little container. Okay, you can back out. A little jar, a little container filled with methyl alcohol, which RAE systems can provide the methyl alcohol, or you can get it at any source you deem necessary. You fill up a little container that's slightly larger than the size of the PID sensor itself. And if you'd like, you can also wear gloves at this point. You take the sensor, set it in the alcohol so it's submerged completely. Then you can cover it and shake it. That helps get any kind of contaminant that's in there, since it is layered. And then set it aside. Give it about overnight, anywhere maybe in 2 to 3 hours, or particularly overnight, you may want to let it sit there. That'll help get anything out. And then the next day, or after a few hours, you can come back, get that PID sensor out, either by using your tweezers in here. Let it drip out a little bit. You can set it aside in the cap at this point. And if you have compressed air, or if you have a compressed air can, you can use just blow that onto the PID sensor to get any of that additional alcohol off, or you simply use a wet paper towel, or something like a Q-tip, ideally a Q-tip, because it's not as abrasive as a paper towel. You could use a Q-tip and start to just wipe some of that excess alcohol off of the sensor around the contacts. And then you could just let it sit and air dry overnight. So you are going to have some time with this PID down in order to clean this lamp. Once the lamp has been dried and cleaned, and this will be the same as replacing the sensor, there we go. You grab the new sensor, and again, lining it up over the lamp, you'll see a larger prong off of the sensor that lines up with the larger socket down in there. You simply line it up, push down, not too much as it will self-align once you re-establish the probe. You screw that probe on. You may have to screw it a little bit tight until you can't screw it anymore and everything is adjusted and you've either cleaned and or replaced your lamp on, or sensor on the MiniRAE 2000.